Hey everybody, I'm starting at the bottom of the stairs. This is my Studio Reno and the Artist in Residence update tour, if you will. So thanks for coming along, and I am going to just start right in. My efforts here are going to be to give very minimal detail as I walk around and then explain the whole program at the end. So that in mind, again, I'm starting at the bottom of the stairs. I'm on the second floor of our house, and this is a stairway leading up to the third floor where my studio is. And if you haven't yet seen the original tour of the Studio Reno, it was a couple months ago. You can find it on YouTube, PBS Artist on YouTube, and it's one of the videos I've got live there, or public there. So, one thing that has happened since that shoot, I believe, I can't remember when I shot it, I have painted the stairs, and this was an effort to, well, in truth, I don't think these could have been refurbed, but I painted the stairs that are behind the door. So this door is the entranceway to the second or the third floor studio. And I painted the stairs in an effort to not have to tear out and replace all the stairs, but also to lighten the space. I didn't want to tear off all the walls. I really like the distressed look. So I left the stairs, painted them, and tore away much more of the falling away walls and left them after a good cleaning. So this is where we enter. It's a window here. It looks out onto the neighborhood and the entrance driveway. And then up the final few stairs. Alright, there is a doorway here, but I've left it open, as you can see. This is just to let you know that there is privacy on, on both levels, a door at both entranceways, if you will, to this space. And I'll turn off to the left in a moment, but first I want to start in on the right. So this is an angled entranceway. And now this residency experience is not recommended for really tall people. My husband's 5'11", and he can walk up through, through the middle of here comfortably, but certainly not much off to either side. There's ducking involved. But since the last shoot, there is, we've blown in this insulation. We've run all new electrical, so there's lighting and outlets on this side. And currently, a wonderful carpet is coming in, rug, which will lie under this bed, and the triangle windows are being replaced. So they'll have great insulation as well as ventilation when they're open. But it has been outfitted for artist in residency accommodations. Obviously, this is a double bed, so there's space for two should that be desired. And then coming back towards the entrance, mini fridge, electric kettle, microwave, French press, a few necessities so you can really make yourself at home in this space without having to access other levels if you don't wish to. A little bit of storage in place so far as well. Still under renovation, as you can obviously tell. And then, as I said, back at the entrance at the top of the stairs going off to the left, well, first off, this table will be shoved back under this window once the window is replaced. And then this space off to the left is my studio. And you've seen this before if you've watched videos or watched photos that I post. I'll explain all this momentarily. But again, blew in all the insulation, reran the electrical. In terms of accommodations, there are several chairs, seating arrangements up here. They're really cozy. Been proven by my first guest. Really cozy to wake to and sit with your cup of tea or coffee and watch the sunrise. And I myself come up here regularly and sit right here and stare out across through these dirty windows that are being replaced as well across to the sunrise that happens right there. So, and maybe I should even just bother cleaning these windows. Good grief. The things you see when Yeah, or don't see when you're not showing somebody else, and then they become evident when you're showing other people. So this little bit that I've shown you is about the residency experience and about the space that would be available to somebody who came to be an artist in resident and work on work that you came here to focus on. The space available to do that in, after of course the accommodations which would be necessary, are threefold. It's either this space, my private studio, in which case I would be completely moved out or moved off of this surface and cleaned up, and it would be yours, making this whole level the artist in residency space. Or if it served better, first off, because we're up here, the turret serves as a cozy little hideaway as well, and I use it for writing. I come in here and write and do a lot of planning, so it is available if that artist in residence here wanted to do a writing residency, making it ideal for somebody to come and squirrel themselves away, quite literally, and work on a writing project. So that is one option for writing. This space is one option for a visual artist to do their work. And then I'm going to take you downstairs. Hopefully this level tour is adequate to understanding. I'm going to take you back downstairs and show you the other two spaces that are available to visual artists and or actually vocal or music artists, composition, but also artists in residence here for writing if they chose not to work in the turret, didn't want to be up there, or overlapped with the guest who was already up there, a visual artist. These front rooms of the Airbnb are great for artists in residence writing hideaways. This larger space that I'm using as gallery space, I had some people come through earlier this week, or the smaller turret room, which has a great desk and great light as well. So in terms of writing residencies, these rooms are upstairs with the turret. And then, again, I told you I'm on the second level. These are some more facilities. And then the bathrooms. That is one thing missing upstairs. There is no bathroom. I'm on the verge of, and here's the second bathroom. I'm on the verge of putting in a compost toilet up there just because I would use it on the occasions where I just don't want to run downstairs. I'm in the middle of a project. It may happen. In terms of residency or art creative space, if you're a visual artist who needs a lot of wet going on, who has a lot of wet going on, the option for you is, of course, the accommodations upstairs, which I just showed you, but to use the outdoor, my wet studio, which is here, just out the back. We have water accessible out there, obviously tons of lawn you can spread out and work on. This is where we held the majority of the dyeing workshop with Elizabeth Bunsen, and then followed on with Sue Stover, Indigo and all. So this is the second visual artist in residence space that can be used. Showing off all my work in progress here. Gotta get painting. There's one more. I have to go inside again. So much for not talking all that much, huh? I should know better. Take you inside to a place that you're more familiar with. Downstairs. Into the teaching studio. So this is what most people would call a living room, but as you know, I use it as the teaching studio. Waxy Wednesdays are held here. Part of like a segment of Sue Stover's workshop was held in here. And the upcoming Crystal Neubauer and Nancy Crawford will be in here as well. But this space is available as a third option for visual artists coming for artists in residence. Obviously, great deal of space, wonderful lighting. So just wanted to share all this with you, show you the Reno as it stands on the third floor. The sheetrock is slated to go in August, September, so it would be fully functioning. Although I kind of like it the way it is now too. I have had one guest up there and it was phenomenal. I've stayed up there myself and I love it. If you are interested and you want more information about how I am structuring these artist in residence experiences and moving them along until I have the available backing and funding to do a full stipend, full retreat without any cost to you, which no, I cannot do yet. I would love to share those terms with you. Email me, please, pbsartist@gmail.com, and I will shoot you off the information about how I've structured the artist in residencies. There are 3 options, and I would love to just talk further. I'm open to starting now as the studios and accommodations stand, but as I said, in August, September, the sheetrocking will go in, and even more comfortable and accommodating for somebody who's up there. That is entirely up to you, the booking artist in residence. So, thanks for coming along. I wanted to just share my space with you as we slowly and progressively get to better, better, best. I will be back with you next Wednesday. It is Waxy Wednesday, and I'm doing a shellac demo for everybody who comes, so perhaps that is what you will see. Well, I know it is what you will see for the Periscope TrishTime next week. So tune in. It might be a little later, as was this one, at the noon hour rather than 11. But keep in touch. I will post it, and I'd love to have you along. Thanks for being here.